Okay, so what I have here is a 2008 BMW 335 Xi. I was purchased it not running. Battery was dead, but we charged it up a little bit, cranks over slowly. Let's go over it. So the plan is to take the valve cover off, see what's going on. Hopefully it's just a Vanos issue, not letting it run. This is it right here. So I'm gonna start by charging up the battery, as there's no power, battery's dead. It's kind of crammed in my garage here because I have way too much stuff. So I'm gonna get to it, get the valve cover off, and show you my findings. Also gonna need a Vanos gear. It's broken. So most likely bent valves. Parts car? We will see. Hey, what's happening? So we found that the timing chain here slipped, something broke or seized up. So what we're gonna do is right now we're taking off the cam and we're gonna see what kind of damage we have underneath. So that's where we're gonna be at right now.
So what was going on with the cams exactly?
You can see the guide's broken here. My theory is that guide broke and skip timing. So most likely we have bent valves. So we're gonna end up, I was saying earlier, probably parts car, but from what I'm looking online, what we can get out of the car, hopefully we can replace the head, do the chain and some gaskets, and then sell the car and make some profit on it.
So what was going on with the cam, the exhaust cam?
So we were told that it was running rough. Now we tried to move the cam with me removing the actual chain, and it wouldn't rotate at all. This side I can get to rotate, this side couldn't rotate. So I think the valve's bent enough where now it's seized. But let's take it apart and find out.
And then when you borescoped the cylinders, what did you see with the valves?
The valves, they looked okay, but I think they're bent. That's what I think. It was kind of hard to tell. Cylinder walls look great.
Yeah, the cylinder walls look really good, but it was very hard to tell whether the valves were bent. So,
oh no.
Beads is gonna pull off the cam, and then we are going to take a look and see why that cam's not spinning, and we're also going to maybe take another look to see whether we have bent valves.
So you're going to see the process of us removing the head inside the car, and let's see how we can do it, removing the bumper and get all that stuff out of the way so it's easy access to get all the tubing, because I know it's really tight in here. And hopefully we can just disconnect the turbos and exhaust on the side and remove the head that way. I don't think so, but I'm going to at least attempt to try and do it that way.
Cool.
So let's try and sneak this out. What's this? I don't think I'm sneaking that out because I gotta take out the Vanos solenoids, and then I should be able to sneak that out. So some information: Vanos solenoids, intake, exhaust, they are specific, and same with the actual solenoids when you plug them in. So you can actually technically swap these solenoids And if you have a problem and it migrates, then you know that solenoid's bad. But you got to make sure you plug them into the right one, or you're gonna have some issues.
Well, how do you know which is which?
Wiring diagram. Make sure you remember which one you want to plug. Generally, you'll see how they're routed, and they plug in pretty easily.
So they generally go to where they're supposed to go.
Yeah, but like again, you can make it fit where it's not supposed to go. Sorry for my tools, they're kind of limited. I have everything at work.
Well, this goes to show that anybody could do this in their garage, right? With limited tools.
Yeah, BMWs, you know what, not too bad. You need some certain special tools like the Torx, inverted, and the other style, so just more covers and stuff to remove, but you know what, after working on for a while, you get used to it. And also the accessory belts soaked in oil. I don't know if I ever mentioned that. Make sure you change those belts that get soaked. Because what happens is those belts eventually will slide, get sucked in through your crank and seize your motor. All because you didn't replace that oil and fix some oil leaks. That's no fun.
What oil leak do you think we have on the front of this one? Because it's just caked in oil. You guys can see it's just caked.
Not sure.
We know
it was probably most likely valve cover, but it looks like somebody tried to replace it.
Yeah. Oil filter housing, maybe.
Yeah, Commons, valve cover gasket, oil filter housing gasket, and they're not bad. They're just things that need to be done from the top. And those are most common to save your engine. Spend a couple $100 to get it replaced to save your engine. The problem is this one goes all the way down. Totally forgot. I'm gonna try and sneak this up.
Are you talking about this part here?
Yeah, the actual timing chain guide. Lam says it goes all the way down, so it's wrapped around here.
I see.
I think I can sneak it out. I know this is not the right way to do it. The right way to do is actually remove the cam here. But since everything's broken anyways, so
I'm dripping all over the place.
oh no, it'll drip in the garage. Those kind of look pretty bad actually.
Does it?
Yeah.
What are you seeing?
Some heat scores, some marks. You can actually see it.
I mean, do you see discoloration?
Not really.
I think maybe that's just where it was sitting for a while.
It's possible, but I don't know. Let's put this inside.
Does that spin inside the?
This? No.
No, so it's seized in there then, right?
No, it doesn't want to spin.
Hmm.
Should come apart.
You think it could be the Vanos gear? We'll take a look and see why it's not spinning. We'll get back to you.
So here you go. We got this cover off right there. That one seized up. You can see these ones starting to overheat. But for some reason, these ones look perfectly fine. So I don't know if it starved for oil, but I don't know if the bottom end is good. So I don't know if I want to do an engine in this. The cylinder head, yeah, I could have done it, but a whole engine, I just don't really feel like doing it. So I might list it for parts. Let's see what we can get out of it. It was a nice car. I like it, but to put the work into it and then get the money out of it, that's where we're kind of at. 2008 BMW 335 Xi. The cam seized up on the exhaust side. Skipping timing, bending valves on the head. So I'm in the process of taking everything apart. Got the bumper off right now. Bumpers on these are not too bad to take off. Pretty straightforward. So this is going to be the journey of trying to get this 335 up and running again. So hopefully it works out. Got this BMW 335. Messed up head, timing chain, skip timing. So hopefully I can get this thing running again. In the process of removing the head, seeing how bad the rest of the engine is. We got bent valves, cam seized up on the exhaust. So let's see if I can get this thing running again. Got an engine for the 335 in the trunk of a Mercedes. So we picked this up, paid about $150 for the engine. So let's see if this engine works out. All right, so I got the fan out. I got the radiator, condenser, and intercooler out as well. Just took some time. And now I got more access to everything. I gotta clean it, replace some seals. That belt is completely oil soaked and destroyed. So what ended up happening is we picked up a used engine for about $100 with a spun rod bearing. We're gonna take the head off of that one and use it for this one. Once I get the head off, I'm going to drain the oil and check for metal shavings for the bearing. So that's where I'm at right now. All right, so the progress is I got the intake out. I got all the bolts out on the manifold. So I need to run to my work, grab some tools to break these head bolts loose. That's where I'm at. I'm at pretty much to remove this head inside the vehicle. I checked the turbo for the front side, spins freely, no shaft play. A lot of oil. I want to get my impact, get the crank bolt out and check to make sure none of the belts got sucked in through the crank. I'm going to replace that seal as well. So I have this apart. Going to replace a bunch of seals. So hopefully I'll go over everything and document it. Just time consuming. There you go. Head is out. So you can remove the head with the engine still being inside. It helps when some of the studs actually came out when I pulled out. So that helps. But there's the head. A little bit dark. Now, I'm gonna flip over the head. We're gonna look at those valves. We'll see how badly they bent up. I took the crank out. I did find some of the belt got sucked in. So most likely belt got sucked in, starved the head. I'm hoping the bottom end is good. But we will find out and see. Okay, so pushed the car to the end of my driveway so we could power wash it. Just cleaning up all this oil. now the plan is to salvage the car, rebuild the engine. We got a new engine.
That was bring it back from the dead.
Yeah.
Salvage mean we're gonna throw it in the garbage.
Salvage it? It wasn't the
We're trying
garbage?
to save it.
Okay, so we're gonna save the car.
We're trying to save
We're
it.
not gonna part it out, we're gonna save it. We're gonna confirm wastegate rattle, but I did order parts for the wastegate. So that would be taken care of. Let's power wash this and see how it comes out. Okay, so it took us a couple hours to get the 4 exhaust bolts out because they were rusted. But now we're at the point to remove the actual engine block. So you can actually see everything's unbolted.
Reverse shape of you.
It's pretty much out. So we're thinking about, lifting it by hand, but let's see how we take this engine out. With the turbos, so we're gonna fix the wastegate rattle on the turbos, check the bottom end on the block, and then reassemble. All right, so yeah, looks like we found some debris, some belt debris inside the pickup. There's still some more in there.
Well, there's a ton in here.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna have to take this pickup
So
out.
we'll take these 2 out and then we'll check and see.
Oh wow. Oh wow.
So that's why,
Oil starvation.
yeah, for the head. So hopefully the bottom end's still good. We got the turbos out and it does have some wastegate rattle.
This is actually good news, in the sense that now we know why the head had oil starvation, and it's not a pump issue, but it was a blockage to the pump. Do you know anything about whether the pumps burn out if there was no oil going to them properly?
Well, we'll take out the tube and we'll clean it out properly.
I think there was oil probably still going to it because the one cam was still fine. It was the other one that was a little bit higher up on the tilted part of the engine when it was in. So hopefully.
We got that cat out. The other cat's still attached to the other one over there. Engine's out. So I was telling my brother it was a little hard to get the engine out. So what I told him was to do, let's drop the subframe to where we can just kind of slide the engine in and then jack up the subframe and then bolt it up. So in theory it sounds like it'll work, but we're gonna try it out and see. Engine out. Engine on the stand. That's the other head. That's the engine we purchased to use the head. So cleaned up the head and the block and new cylinder head gasket. So now I gotta bolt it down, torque everything down. Turbos. Okay, so this is the N54 engine out of this 335 XI. This has new timing chain with new guides in it. The turbos do not have wastegate rattle, and new seals on all the lines, cooler lines and oil feed lines and return lines. Gasket has been done to the cylinder head gasket. An oil pan gasket's been done as well. You can see it is new. Cylinder head gasket. Is new as well. Oil filtering housing gasket is new, and valve cover gasket is new as well. Turbos do not have any shaft play. Main crank seal is new. Turbos spin freely. Sorry, you can't see. They do spin freely. No play. Little to no play, which is normal. And then this one Little to no play. Gaskets on the exhaust manifold have been replaced as well. Driver's side engine mount will be replaced. As you can see, this one's got a lot of play. And it's flat. Brand new OEM from the dealer. This one has no play. So I'm going to install that right now. This side has no play at all. Showing you the front turbo. We're going to get to about 6. Putting vacuum to the solenoid. So that's at 6. And you can see there's no rattle in this one right here. So that doesn't move. And it's closed. So now we have the back turbo. Get that to 6. So that one's at 6. And you can see this one has no rattle, no play in it, and that is closed on the inside. So we're cleaning the valves that were full of carbon. That one's cleaned. This one's cleaned. It's open right now. We cleaned this one. The only one we didn't clean, as you can see, this would be before, is this one, because this one was open. So this is the before, and these ones are the after being cleaned. Not 100%, but way better, as you can see. So we're gonna get this one cleaned right now, and then hopefully get the engine in. All right, this 335 XI is way too loud, so we're going to put a stock exhaust on, which I picked up for $100. Yeah, way too loud. No. As you see, there's nobody in the car. He's got the key right there.
Watch the car, don't watch me.
All right.
All right? But look, I got the remote in my hand, just to let you know. Okay?
Wait for it.
I have no idea what it's doing.
The car just started. This car has remote start.
Look, nobody's in it. Oh, I opened the door.
Oh, he opened
so
the door and it shut off. But yeah,
Passenger
in it.
door. Passenger door shuts it off. Not the driver's door.